Hi. We're having a little trouble with this sci-fi Instagram connection. So, hello. I'm gonna just say hi. Give us a few more minutes. We're trying to troubleshoot. Anyway, I'll say hi to you guys while we're waiting. How are you? Good to see you. Anyway, it's welcome. Hello. Greetings from Germany. Hi. Hello, hello, hello. Well, I just want to say hang in there. We're going to try to connect on the sci-fi Instagram live. I am watching Xena. She looks pretty cool. Anyway, I'm going to sign off. And hi, Monica. I'm going to sign off, but I'll be right back on the sci-fi. So, right? Hi, Sin. Hello, Cynthia. Anyway, I'm just waiting for them to call me, I guess. But in the meantime, I think I'll watch Xena Warrior Princess, the marathon. All right? Oh my gosh, I love you guys. Thank you. Y'all are so sweet. I could just stay here. Hello. Okay, I'm going to have to stop. Y'all are so cool. I'll be right back. I'll be right back with Katie. I'm just waiting for her to figure out how to work the technical problems. Anyway, as I say hello. Okay, I'll be right back. I'll be right back. All right, bye y'all. See ya. Hi. Well, you know what? They're definitely having some technical difficulties over at the Sci-Fi channel on Instagram. I didn't crash it. I promise you, it wasn't my fault. Well, maybe, who knows? Anyway, I just want to say hi and let you know I am watching Xena Warrior Princess on the Sci-Fi channel, Sci-Fi Wire. And it is just as adorable and hilarious as I remember always. It's so funny to see Lucy bopping around and yeah, I want to say hi to you guys. Do you guys have you been watching the Xena marathon? Hello. Good to see you guys. Hi. I'm going to add Mariska. And if you all don't mind, we'll just have a little chat while we're waiting for the sci-fi to come on live, if they actually come on live. Anyway, if not, I could still see myself being abducted as Gabrielle, of course. This is still early Gabrielle, so it's before I start fighting back. Yeah, so waiting for Mariska to come on. Otherwise, good to see you all. Thank you for the hearts. I'll keep going. What else? How are you? Sorry, Mariska, I tried to invite you. It didn't click through. Hi, Gloria. Good to see you from Italy. I hope you're all well. You know, we are doing our best to stay safe. We're staying home, doing our best to trust that there's a process to all of this and to keep our medical friends as safe as possible. Sci-Fi just started a live video. Okay, I'm going to say goodbye. I'm going to head over to Sci-Fi, SYFY, and I'll see you over there, okay? See you all over. Go that way. Bye.
Hey, I think this actually worked. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Hey guys, what's up? I'm Katie Wilson. Really sorry. We were having some technical issues getting this live stream to work. So let me just add in Reneé here. Let's see. One second. Hey guys, hey, working on getting Reneé in here. I don't know why now her handle isn't showing up. Let me see. Maybe she has to be watching? Now she's not showing up. Oh boy. So yes, yeah, she's live on her Instagram as well. Hey guys, hello. working on, oh, hey, here we go. Okay, working on getting Reneé in here. So just, oh my gosh, come on. Here we go. All right. Is unable to join. No. Guys, I really apologize for all of this, all of these tech issues. It keeps saying Renee's not available to join. Who out there is enjoying the Xena Warrior Princess marathon on Sci-Fi? I know I am. Okay, add. Did we do it?
Yes, I'm here.
We did it!
I'm here.
Oh my goodness. Hello.
Hi.
Hi. It's so good to see you. I'm so sorry about all those tech issues.
Not at all. It's so funny. I know you so well. I mean, it's funny. I'm seeing you more now on Instagram Live than I do in our normal lives, in our normal world. But it's so good to see you. And I know these things happen. Believe me.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just so grateful that I didn't crash the Sci-Fi site, because I was like thinking, well, they're very trusting to think that I could actually just take over. I appreciate you guys, Sci-Fi, but I don't know.
Oh my gosh, yeah, I apologize for that. I think some emails just went, I don't know, but it's so good to have you here. We have so many people joining in the chat here. I'm sure they're all dying to ask you some questions about Xena, but I'm just so happy we were able to make this happen.
Yeah.
And yeah, I had to like restart my phone and all these things.
I've been getting my dose of Xena on the marathon though, on Sci-Fi for sure. And it's so funny hearing Gabrielle speak, and it's Steve Sears talking. Steve Sears is one of our main writers, and every time I hear her open her mouth, I just think, well, that's Steve.
Oh, that's a really great compliment. I'm sure he'd love to hear that.
It's true, though. You should talk with him actually about the show, because he's definitely the voice of Gabrielle. Isn't that funny?
Yeah. Well, we actually have so many episodes during today's marathon that I feel like are so, like, they're turning points, I feel like, as far as Gabrielle's character goes. One of them specifically being Athens City Academy of the Performing Bards.
It was just on, yeah.
One of my faves.
That was with Dean O'Gorman, who is now on Lord of the Rings trilogy. He's one of the dwarfs. I'm sure you knew that, though.
Yeah, I did. He's so talented. Do you remember filming that episode?
I do. I remember Dean completely. He is such a sweet man. And, I was just so young, and he was easy to work with. He was just, kind of react and just very real, organic. And I didn't realize I was so over the top.
Oh my gosh, you are not.
No, really. He's just going, So, yeah, anyway, that was a fun episode. For sure. It's interesting to play a bard, after all these years, to still be involved with Shakespeare and bards and play. It's funny to see it looking back after all these years. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it's so amazing. And also, like, as a character, I feel like this is like where Gabrielle really started to embrace herself as a bard and kind of really leapt into that.
Yes. I think so too. Definitely with the scrolls. And it's interesting to still see her as the damsel in distress, because after knowing where she goes after 6 years, she becomes such a warrior. It's fascinating to look back on her now and go, wow, she had no idea. The journey that was really ahead of her by traveling with this incredible warrior. It's like life, where it's going to go and all the different turns. I mean, look at us all now with this lockdown. It was maybe 2 months ago, I was watching my daughter in a play with 1,000 kids at a field trip show for Diary of Anne Frank, and who would have ever thought? It's amazing. But yeah. Anyway.
I know, it's so crazy. It's such a crazy time for us, but I think a lot of the Xena fans are just really excited that, hey, we may be stuck inside, but at least we get to geek out with our favorite TV show.
I agree. Every morning I definitely start the day with just gratitude and looking for what's positive about what I can do throughout the day. And then by watching Zena and Gabrielle, it's funny because she talks about all these things, enjoy the process, don't worry about the result. And I think, gosh, that's when I know that it definitely wasn't my writing. It definitely wasn't Reneé as a 20 something year old playing Gabrielle. It was someone much more mature with her voice who's lived through more. And I definitely listen to it now and go, gosh, that's what it's about is just knowing and appreciating every day and your
Yeah.
friends you travel with.
Yeah, absolutely. We have a lot of comments coming in saying that Gabrielle has the best character arc on television, hands down, ever. And ever. And I'm not gonna lie, I think that I may agree with that only because I think it was so interesting to watch Xena, who she did grow as a character, but I really do think Gabrielle had this incredible arc from start to finish. If you would have asked a fan or anyone involved, like, where do you see this character in 6 seasons? It's so hard to predict that. But as an actress, for you, what was it like getting to kind of change with this character and grow up with this character?
I don't think I was aware of how much she was changing. I look back on it now and realize that all the writers who wrote for Gabrielle, I feel like they brought out that part of themselves and put them into one character because there's no way. I mean, I'm not Gabrielle. I'm not perfect. And to me, she's not perfect either, nor is Xena. Not perfect people, but they want what's best for the greater good. And if we all had that part of ourselves collectively, and could put it into one character, then I would say, yeah, that's Gabrielle. And to see her change over the years is how do you keep that integrity and honor and a golden heart throughout years and years of challenges. So I think that that's what her journey is about. And I had no idea she would transform so much through the years. More than a haircut, I guess. More than the costume,
Absolutely. Speaking of costumes, I feel like this show had some iconic costumes, even if they were just one off. Do you have one that you specifically remember that you're like, oh, this is my favorite?
Well, looking back on the early episodes with the little brown outfit, I was so grateful for that brown outfit. I was thrilled because I wasn't wearing the really long skirt, what we call the little house on the prairie skirt that was hard to run around in. So to me, it was much more logical to have a skirt to keep up with Xena. And I just love the little wraparound. It reminds me of something very rustic, farm girl still, before it became more embellished with some sort of armory, which came much later.
Yeah.
And then I was like, can I have a little bit of metal? I was like, just like a little tiny bit, So.
Well, they did a good job because definitely Gabrielle's wardrobe changed as she was changing as well. And they tended to kind of tie into some pivotal points in Gabrielle's journey, which I thought was, such a nod to the people who were, behind the scenes deciding these things.
One that truly my very, very favorite was the brown leather one that was a little bit like Xena. And it was a little top with the little dangles. That's still my favorite. And the little orange shorts, because it was extremely comfortable, believe it or not. And it just felt strong and comfortable. But that is my favorite still. And probably more than the green top and the little skirt. Sorry, I know that's sort of iconic.
Yeah, that's the fan fave.
But the other one just makes me feel spunky, So.
That's important. No, it was a great outfit. Do you have a favorite episode? I know there's so many to choose from, but is there one that stands out to you as just, whether it's an amazing story filming it or something that maybe you watched back and went, wow, like, I love that?
The ones that are making me laugh right now are the early episodes where we would dress as other characters. And the one I remember going in as a princess, I can't remember the name, but I had the big head. And oh gosh, y'all are going to kill me for remembering the episode. But it's just anything where we're impersonating another character. It's so funny and so ridiculous in the sense that I think that's what brought people into the show. So we weren't taking ourselves seriously. We told wonderful stories, and the themes were important, but we weren't taking ourselves seriously. And I think that's why people could sit back with their families of all ages, have a laugh, and yet
Yeah.
think, go, you know what? That's actually a really interesting conversation these two ladies had together about the greater good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I keep looking over. It's so strange talking about this.
I know I don't have it on because I would be very distracted.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I'm gonna turn it on when I'm done chatting with you. But is it crazy for you to, like, 25 years later, you're watching Xena on television? Is that weird?
I still don't have a sense of it, honestly. I don't know. It's really weird. If you tell me now in 25 more years if it's still on, then I would say, no, that's very strange. But right now, I mean, I still think it's relevant. I think it's relevant to see strong women. We all want to see strong women out there who are leaders and who are looking for the greater good and fighting for the little guy, you know, the ones that don't have a voice, the ones that feel vulnerable. And that's, I feel strongly about that now than I did while we were making the show. So to me, this is a real piece of television that I think is very current.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
I totally agree with you. We do have a question coming in from Kay Knight asking, do you still know your fighting moves with your staff?
Oh yes.
Yeah?
Yes. There were only about 4 or 5 moves that they gave me, and then they would just give them to me in different, sense of choreography. But they're pretty standard staff moves. So I have my staff, and I every now and then I'll bring it out, and I don't know, just for fun. Really, it's good exercise because all those weapons are actually quite heavy, so it's nice to have some sense of fluidity around the weapons.
That's amazing. It's like riding a bike. It never goes away.
Yeah, it's really not that hard. It's not. I could easily teach you all. Easy. It's that easy.
You should absolutely do that. That would be an amazing live video.
Okay. You know what? Sure, why not? Grab the broom. Come on.
I know, it's like we all just have our brooms and then we literally turn into Gabrielle and Hooves and Harlots hitting ourselves in the face with our brooms.
Well, there's that. I didn't say that you wouldn't come away with a broom, but it's still easy.
I love it. Renee's training class.
Yeah, my exercise. Oh boy, we'll figure that out, Katie.
Oh, I'm down. I'm so down.
My friends are already making fun of me with that.
Say that again?
I have some friends that are on here too, and they're laughing at me because they know. I used to love video workouts, growing up until actually I went to New Zealand, to tell you the truth. But now I love getting outside. I love hikes, and so it's hard for me to sit still long enough to watch a video. Cynthia.
Ooh, called out.
Oh, I have this wonderful lady that has made these incredible videos, and yeah. So I just want to utilize. It's so funny. I want to utilize what's available with people that I know. So I'm trying to do that more. Yes.
We have a question coming in from Andrea saying, what is it like interpreting both Gabrielle and Hope? So I guess just meaning, like, what was it like getting to play a different character that looked exactly like Gabrielle?
Lucy laughs. It's true. You have to laugh at me. And everyone who knows me knows how ridiculous I am about acting. I really dive into stories. So when I was working on Hope, I was reading books about serial killers.
Oh my gosh.
I know, and I'm just kind of crazy that way. But I love the art of acting. I love the technique. I love literally everything about acting and creating really interesting characters. So it was unusual, though. Yeah, there's Gabrielle, and I'm reading the story about all these different people. But it did help me. It just helped me to think of what could possibly be in the mind of someone that is so cold. and ruthless. And I wanted to understand that, so it would be the complete opposite of Gabrielle. And I don't know that that came across in Hope, but I definitely did some of my homework, which I'm sure Lucy just still goes, "What the heck are you?"
It definitely came across. It was
Oh,
drastic and terrifying. Hope was scary.
that's good. That was good then.
Salito, I hope I'm saying that right, is asking, who was the set prankster? Which I feel like I asked you that recently, huh?
Yeah, I definitely was more the prankster than Lucy. And as Lucy said, my pranks weren't very complex. You know, I never really wanted to hurt anyone or scare anyone too much, but I just thought it was very entertaining to do something, you know. Um, but I didn't, you know, it's just the classic ones that your brother would do when you're 12, you know, those sort of things. I've tried to pull on everybody. There's a slight chuckle, and then the conversation carried on about, you know, what's for lunch?
Exactly. Oh, I love it. Let's see.
You loved Hope. Some people loved Hope. Good. Thank you.
Yeah. Zill Dreely is asking, which weapon did you like the most, the size or the staff?
I love the size. I love the size. What Lucy brought up is interesting. The reason the staff is fun to to play with, I should say, is because it creates a lot of distance between you and the other stunt person. But but again, it was only 4 or 5 minutes. After a while, I didn't feel like I was doing anything unique. So when the size came around, it was something that I could play with, and it was much more of a martial art where you incorporate boxing because you can, or the pointy parts, which are more like the actual sword. So I found that much more challenging and interesting. Yeah. Hello from
Yeah,
Peru.
that sounds absolutely difficult.
You know, they would come in closer to me, which again is probably what Lucy would think, which is a little nerve wracking. So the swords would come, and fortunately we had an incredible stunt team, so I was fortunately never hurt. But yeah. Hello.
Man, it's tough to keep up with these questions, guys. If we miss them, ask them again.
I'm very good, thank you.
Oh, people are, of course, the most popular question and the one you probably get asked the most. Would you sign on if there was a revival of some sort?
Yeah, I mean, that question has been coming since the show stopped, you know. And at first I thought that it would be wonderful if it were a feature film, you know. And then later I thought, well, the comedies seem to be more interesting, and it's something that Lucy was drawn to do. And I can see why, because especially now, it would just be a sense of such great comic timing with Bruce Campbell and Ted Raimi and Lucy and myself, that I think it would be a pretty special event. So that would be the type of reboot I'd like to see.
I think we would all like to see that. That would be amazing. I'm all for it. I'm like, OG cast, whatever. It could be like a 2-minute YouTube video. I'm here.
I know. To track everybody down. I'm surprised we haven't done this actually, even just on our own, you know?
Yeah, that'd be fun. That would be super fun. What do you miss the most about shooting Xena?
I miss being in New Zealand and being around the country, the people there, the land, the culture. I miss the family environment of the Xena group. I miss Lucy, seeing Lucy every day. I took it for granted, you know. I think when you're with somebody for so long that you just never think that they will be out of your life as much as they are. And I definitely would love to see her every morning, hear her cackle. It's a great way to start the day.
Aw,
Yeah.
that's amazing. Trying to read through these questions.
Someone to know about how I felt about cutting Gabrielle's hair. You know, See, I don't really do much with my hair, so I was thankful that they wanted to cut her hair because, as you know, Katie, when you're on a set, that there's a lot of maintenance that goes into keeping it right so that there's continuity from one shot to the next. So they would cut, and then everybody would fly in and fix everything. And when they cut Gabrielle's hair, it was very freeing. That whole stage was gone. I mean, it literally maybe 3 minutes to, you good, Reneé? Yep, moving on. Let's go, you know? And I was,
Wow.
yeah. And I was just like, oh, that was the best part for me that I liked.
That's amazing. I was always, I was curious as to sort of the decision behind that, and if it was your decision or if it was a production for the character decision.
It was actually Rob Tapert's decision, because in the episodes where they're foreshadowing the crucifixion of Xena and Gabrielle, and he wanted to show that there's something upcoming that was very formidable and would change their lives. And the only way he could really show it in a quick little flash would be to change Gabrielle in a way. So that's where he said, let's just cut your hair if you want to. He gave me the option. I said, yes, 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 yes. Let's do all of this. And so that's how it.
Oh, that's awesome. And then Alti had to come along. Ugh.
Oh, so great.
But speaking of, people are asking, do you have a favorite villain?
We talked about this before with Lucy. At the moment, my favorite villain is Alti. Being able to look at other characters through the years, a lot of Shakespeare parts and Lady Macbeth. I appreciate those type of kind of formidable, scary villain parts, and Claire just brought a real kind of finesse to it, and an intelligence that is all within her. And she just wrapped it up so beautifully. So I can watch her over and see different things.
She's amazing. Yeah, Alti is a great character. Yeah, because she could tap into the spirit world. People are saying that's why she was so cool.
Yeah, that's true.
People want to.
Everyone loved Callisto. Yeah, she was great. Hudson was wonderful in that role. Boy, oh boy. And truly, you know, a little, and it's scary. You know, I don't say truly scary because she's not a scary person, but she just brought a quality that definitely had me on edge. You know, but that's bravo to her. Good job.
So funny because you bring up one villain and then chat's like, but what about this one?
Yeah. Hudson, yeah, I know. Hudson was great. She was really great. Yeah. Hi, Brazil.
Is there an episode that, looking back on, you would rewrite and change the ending to?
Well, you guys, that was
not loaded question.
Trick question. You know, no one has ever asked me that. That's so funny, Katie. And I think that now, looking back, I would definitely change the ending, the finale. I still love what Rob did, and I think the idea that it gave Xena redemption, and that's all she wanted in the story. But now, looking back after all these years, wondering, well, if we wanted to pick it up, where would we go? I wish we had an opening that gave the characters a journey that was an easy entrance or an easy window for them to start again.
What do you think that ending would look like if Xena and Gabrielle got to ride off into the sunset?
Oh, you know, I love that classic shot at the end on the finale. It was a sunset, and it was Gabrielle with the ashes of Xena on the boat. It would just be wonderful if the two of them were there in silhouette, sailing off into the future. That's an easy one to pick up too.
Yeah.
Sunset, sunrise.
Oh, I know. That would be amazing. Yeah, everyone's saying yes. They agree with you. All right, guys, let's just get in a couple last questions. Okay. And don't forget, guys, we actually did a group interview with Lucy and Reneé, and we are airing those in between the episodes and during commercial breaks on the marathon on Sci-Fi. So if a lot of these questions you're asking have been asked, and if you want to know the answer, you can see it there.
Yes, that's a great point. Yeah, it's fun to see Lucy joking around now on the episodes, in between the episodes. So definitely watch the Xena marathon. Have a throwback.
So many questions. Um,
Someone asked what it's like to work with Danielle. Danielle is amazing. I mean, what an actress. I remember just really respecting her craft of acting. She always took it very seriously. She was always doing some plays while she was working on Xena. Now she's gone on to be in Australia and to be quite famous over there as an actress. I'm sure you know well. But she's always been one of the best actresses that I've ever seen work. And I just think that she was sort of underused and underutilized. Yeah.
yeah, I loved her character. She was so talented.
I know. Yeah, still is.
A lot of people are asking what you're working on now.
What am I working on now? Well, literally right now, I'm still directing Beauty and the Beast for a company called Encore. So we're having virtual rehearsals, and we'll be fit with it in about a month, and then we'll be waiting until we can start rehearsing in person until our performances. And I'm also working on a documentary about the Armadillo World headquarters in relation to Eddie Wilson, who owns Threadgills, and he's just decided to close down this restaurant, Threadgills, in Austin, Texas. But it's an iconic place where Joplin started learning how to sing. So we're now going to archive and find a way to tell Eddie's story. I'm working on that.
I love that.
Yeah,
That's amazing.
it is actually.
Everyone wants. Of course, of course. Well, guys, I think we're going to wrap it up here with Reneé, but this has been so exciting. I love the opportunity just to get to hang out and chat with you. We're calling it like Xena brunch.
Well, we'll have to have the Xena workout next. That's what
yeah. Yes. Oh, please, can we do that?
That's Lucy.
Does Amazon Prime have staffs that you can just order and then we can all, participate?
Probably. If not, I'm sure someone can grab something from the cupboard.
Yeah, I'm sure that would work too. But thank you guys. Thanks for being here. Don't forget to tune into the Xena Warrior Princess Marathon Thursdays all month long on Sci-Fi. And Reneé, thanks so much for chatting with me.
Thank you, Katie. I'll see you soon. Everybody for stepping in, and we'll see you on the Xena Marathon.
Yay! Bye. Bye, guys.